we've got Hana from Action Station joining us to talk about Dental for All, the roadshow. So please say a big welcome to Hana. Hello.
Kia ora. Thanks for having me.
It's all right. Thanks for coming on. So Dental for All, this is a Action Station campaign. You guys are about to head on a bit of a roadshow, touring the motu. What's going on? What exciting things have you got coming up?
Yeah, so we're campaigning for dental care for adults to be free, for it to be, part of our public health system, and also for our oral health system to be consistent with Te Tiriti o Waitangi. We're just about to go on a big road trip, three big road trips, to hold community events all over the country. We're starting here in Te Whanganui, Tara, where I'm based. We're heading all over the motu between now and October, and we're holding panel events, community hui, free dental days in some places. We're having market stalls. We're really excited to be taking the Dental for All kaupapa around the country, and build relationships in different places, and hopefully set up some local organising groups to carry the Dental for All campaign forward in each place as well in the future. That's a bit of what we're getting into.
Very, very cool. So how did it all start? Is this something that's been going on for quite a while, or is it you finally getting some traction, or was it something that's been long in the making?
Yeah, the Dental for All campaign's been going for a few years. I've just been involved for about the past year since starting at Action Station. A group first started forming, I think, around 2022, and that was a mix of campaigners, like including some people from Action Station, oral health workers, Māori dental associations, Te Ao Marama, some unions, so sort of a mix of people across different spaces. Of course, Auckland Action Against Poverty and Auckland City Mission as well in those early stages. So those are some of the people involved with, forming the campaign. And all of those groups are still part of our coalition that are closely involved. The sort of group of people started meeting together and talking about what could be done to address obviously really significant issues with people not being able to access dental care because it's excluded from our public health system in Aotearoa. And that sort of led to, the campaign demands we have. But since then there's been lots of mahi research reports. You might remember that at the last election, dental became sort of a key issue that was discussed, and a few parties had different proposals to extend access to free dental care for adults, which was really great. So we're hoping to see, even better at the next election and continue to build up the people power to make that happen, make that a really obvious choice going forward.
Yeah, so obviously I think most of us are quite familiar with the Greens. I was going to say Green New Deal. That's not correct. The Greens alternative budget that they put out,
Yes.
And they are also campaigning for Dental for All. So is it sort of a thing that you guys have been campaigning for a long time on this and got all of the people together, and it's the parties are finally catching up to you guys as opposed to the other way around, right?
I would like to think so. It's really good that it's been getting more attention. The campaign has been going for a few years, and there was a lot of work that went into making dental a high priority at the last election, and it's really good to see that Greens, and as well as Te Pāti Māori and Labour to some extent have responded to that coming up as an important issue, and hopefully we'll see follow through with ambitious, bold policies at the next election. It's kind of, it's a bit of a no-brainer and already has majority support. I think it's 7 out of 10 in the last polling we did, 7 out of 10 New Zealand adults support bringing dental into the public health system. So it's all laid out for them to follow through on.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I liked one of the reports was I can't remember what it's called. It was what was it? Two something. It was a pun.
Yeah. Truth be told,
Truth
is the
be
report
told,
that
yeah.
ASMS put out, I think, is that
Truth be
2023?
told.
Yeah.
It's very
Sort
cool.
of laid out, the case for universal dental care. There's so many puns, so many opportunities for puns when you're campaigning on dental, as you might be able to imagine.
Yeah. So so with the roadshow coming up, like what is your hope is that you can I suppose if you're saying 7 out of 10, roughly 70% of people are saying they want adult free dental care. Is the idea to get more people on board with that idea, or is it the roadshow more about just a space or a time to gather the people in the specific communities around the motu?
Yeah, we are hoping to build more support and have more awareness about the issue in general. But as you say, because there is already a lot of support, and so I guess we want to draw that out, engage people with the campaign. I think a lot of it is about, I guess, showing to people that this is possible, because people might, agree that things aren't good as they are, but don't necessarily realize that they can be part of making it better. And I think it is like absolutely politically feasible that we could have some really significant shifts in our dental system. So yeah, we're hoping particularly through the face-to-face organizing, relationship building, having conversations with people in different places, that we're able to build up a stronger movement. That will be an unstoppable force that can't be ignored, advocating for this. Yeah, I also think that campaigning for something like Dental for All is a really good opportunity to just broaden our political imagination a bit. And obviously, in the midst of a whole lot of horrific things from this government, it's really helpful in some ways to work towards something that is ambitious and hopeful, and actually practice imagining that and practice keeping up our ambition, alongside of the obviously important parts of defending against what we currently have and defending against the current attacks. So I think that's another side of this, is I guess through having conversations about Dental for All, we're also having conversations about public services, universal public services, how those systems can uphold Te Tiriti o Waitangi, and bringing people into something that they feel excited to be part of. That's some of the hopes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Before you jump in, Magenta, I'm sure you've got some questions as well. Speaking of being hopeful and imagining, is there an opposing force in this? Because I think most of us are the costs of dental are very expensive. But I did see that you've got unions in the dental healthcare sector that are obviously on board. So is there any pushback from sort of the private sector at all, or it's just like they all want to see healthcare publicized for everyone?
Yeah, it's pretty mixed. I mean, a lot of people in the oral health sector, and I guess, as you can imagine, a lot of the people that we end up interacting with more closely, they're really passionate, and there's a lot of people who are working quite hard at the local level to improve access in different ways, but there's just not really the wider structural support. It's not a funding priority. There's not even much data collection to even really understand what's going on. So it's a really hard space for a lot of people to be working in, where there's just an absence of attention or care from the government on it. But yeah, it is mixed. I mean, at the moment, almost all adult dental care is privatized, and so there's heaps of different business owners that all have their different political opinions. And I think from some it is perceived as a threat, because I guess the sector has been the way it is for so long. And in the past few years in particular, there's finally this sort of increased public attention, political attention on why it is that way, and why is it excluded from the public health system, which are really reasonable questions for us to be asking, but it is a disruption to the status quo. But yeah, I think it's we really value the oral health workers, especially the Māori Dental Association. Some of the researchers we work with are just the campaign wouldn't be what it is without them. But I also think it's really important that we're bringing in, I guess, a community voice, a public patient voice to this, because these decisions affect all of us and everyone's health and well-being. It's they shouldn't just be decisions that are driven by those who own businesses in the dental sector, say. So I think that's part of what we're trying to do as well, is broaden who gets to have a say and influence dental policy.
Yeah, for sure. Magenta, any questions you want to ask?
Yeah, actually, I was just kind of looking at your guys' website, and it seems like there's a lot of really good data and research that's being done at these road shows, are you guys going to be kind of finding ways to actually highlight, some of the more health and economic, costs that we are saving by, fixing people's teeth? I mean, I can see in here, they've even got the costs to cardiovascular disease. So like, it seems like there's quite a lot of good data. So yeah, will you guys basically been trying to communicate that on these roadshows?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we've had some amazing research released by various people, not myself, but yeah, I think the report you're referring to, which we released last year, looks at the costs of the current system, so the cost of adults not being able to access dental care because they can't afford it, and that, the costs on the rest of our health system, on lost productivity, on quality of life, like far exceed the costs of funding free dental care, and so that's a pretty compelling argument. Although we shouldn't have to only make that argument when we're talking about like basic healthcare that everyone should have access to. But yeah, we definitely do want to share that research around because I think it just makes it as such an obvious case. Yeah, and also the report we released earlier this year, I Didn't Want to Smile, highlights stories of lived experience with struggling to access dental care. And yeah, I'd really encourage people to have a look at that research if they're interested, because the stories really speak for themselves. And it's kind of they haven't really been told. Like, it's like nearly half of New Zealand adults have unmet dental need because of the cost. So it's nearly half of New Zealanders who have some struggle with this. And as you can imagine, it's the groups that are already marginalised in different ways that struggle to access even more. But it hasn't really been, I guess, highlighted and treated as a massive issue as it is, up until the past few years. So yeah, I think we do want to share those stories and equip people with, I guess, understanding things at a deeper level.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I do think a lot of people don't truly understand that it is really just a health overall issue. I know a lot of people that obviously in our chat are aware of this, that there are a lot of health associated issues that go along with bad oral health. And I mean, especially if you didn't grow up with enough money to maybe also maintain your teeth by the time you're an adult, you're sitting there going, cool. I have had to end up just removing teeth because it was cheaper than trying to fix them, and I didn't have the money to fix them. And I don't, you can never get those teeth back. I also think our chat has some good marketing there for you. Free dental is the only drill, baby, drill I support. So there you go. Maybe add that into the memes. Yeah, write it down.
Very, very cool. Also, I just wanted to point out, so you're saying this one was one of your guys' reports, was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on behalf of whoever I'm a designer, so this is like my jam, but honestly, this is the best thing I've seen for a while.
Anastasia, yes, managed to make a dental campaign look so fun and fresh and cool. We love it.
It's amazing. I think you've done a really good job about, having something that people are attracted to and want to learn more, which is very good. Or those sorts of things obviously very helpful when you're trying to do these sorts of things in somewhat not sad topics, but I like the idea of broadening our imagination of what could be, and I think the campaign's done a really good job with visualizing that as well. Was there any other questions from you? Oh yeah,
this was the specific report I was looking at. That isn't as pretty, but it has all very good numbers. We like good data and numbers. So I mean, just even there, loss of productivity, 5 billion. That's a lot of nurses' wages and back office staff wages there that could be made. It's a lot of money that we could potentially benefit from. So I really hope that, and obviously with the Greens, like, do you guys at all plan to, coordinate stuff with the Greens going like a little bit further, since there's kind of aligning of kaupapa?
Yeah, we definitely, I guess we want to provide the evidence base, create the public support and public accountability, that enables the Greens to follow through with a really strong policy and highly prioritize that. Like, it's that, like, thinking about even in coalition agreements that this is that we've created the environment so that because I mean, I think within other parties as well and within the sector there's people who support this in theory, but it's just sort of been in the too hard basket, or there hasn't really been the political will for it, and so that's really what this is. And I really think it's possible.
Yes,
No,
as
that's
do we. We're hopeful that things will change for all of our teeths, our tooths. So what's from your end? Obviously, you've got your Dental for All website, which has got some fantastic stuff on it, and gives the dates and where you are. Is there any other place that would be good to point people towards? Like would it be Facebook, or you can go
so
TikTok?
That actually goes to Action Station's TikTok, to be honest, which we need to use more. But also go follow Action Station's TikTok. It'll encourage us that we should actually make some TikToks. Too many millennial campaigners to really use TikTok. But yeah, we're Dental for All Aotearoa on Facebook and Dental for All NZ on Instagram. So yeah, definitely follow us. And on the website there, if you just scroll down, there's like an interactive map and list of events and stuff. So we currently have event details up for our first roadshow trip that's starting in Te Whanganui-a-Tara, heading up the west coast of North Island. And then following that we'll be releasing all of our event details for our following 2 trips. So if you sign up to those, then you'll get updates from us as well, and we'll let you know when we're coming through. There's also a link on the website where you can sign up to our mailing list. I think it's under Take Action, but that link's all over the place.
Wonderful.
But also if anyone's interested in getting involved, like whether it's helping put posters up in your community to let people know about the event that's coming up, or if you're interested in helping out in some other ways, definitely just get in touch, flick us a message on socials, or we're definitely keen to connect with anyone who's passionate about this.
Wonderful. And I'm sure there are people who we always find someone who's got a connection to what we're talking about. So if there's anyone in the chat, you know where to go. Yeah.
Or just if you want to help Action Station, go send those emails.
Yes. Doing some amazing stuff for us. Really appreciate it. Was there any other questions from you, Magenta?
No, I think we covered
everything. Wonderful. Oh, I really appreciate you coming on, and I'm glad we could get the word out there for you. And if anything you do want us to share, just let us know, and we can always remind people what's happening and where.
Thanks so much for having me.
No worries. And enjoy your Friday night.
Thanks for hanging out with us on Friday night.
Of course. Thank you. Yeah. That was Hana from Action Station on the Dental for All roadshow that is coming to a town or a city near you over the next August to October, the next 2 to 3 months. This is pretty cool stuff. It's nice to see. Obviously, I would say that these guys are. Hana did say that they were leading the charge on this, and they have some fantastic people behind them. But it's nice to see that it's. I think even on their website, I remember I was reading that even New Zealand First at the last campaign had a dental an adult dental care for adults plan, expanding it to so there was my brain was reading and I was saying things all the way up to 18 and including 18 and 25-year-olds. So plus of course, because it's Winnie's party, community service card holders and super cold card holders as well. So that's cool to see. That's that it's not just a Greens thing, although I think they've been quite loud and proud about it, which is fantastic. But it'd be cool to see to get the other lefties on there as well, which I'm sure that they do have policies. The big one is Labour, and I think it's being bold enough to say that yes, we can, and here's how we're going to do it, because obviously increasing our healthcare costs or what budget we need to meet that dental for all is quite costly, and it's an easy way that the other side of the aisle can attack them and call them out for fiscal irresponsibility or fiscal A responsibility? That's not kind.
Yes. Yes.
It's
Well, I
a
mean,
word
yeah,
thing.
the alternative budget, as we've talked about before, it's outlined it here, you know. We are able to afford to do free annual checkups and basic dental care, such as fillings and sealants, mobile dental vans, community dental clinics, and funding for portable clinics, which can be set up in places such as marae and community centres, specialist care for people when they're in significant pain, require oral surgery, or need complex treatment, and funding for by Māori for Māori. I think this would be by Māori for community and whānau oral health services. And they've even got all of, you know, the numbers, the data, the fun things that we love.
Yeah,
It's all
just cool to
possible. We can't let
cool to
them tell
see.
us that it's not.
Yes. Yeah, so some cool stuff. And I agree. It's nice to imagine and be hopeful, and I hope the roadshow goes really well. And if there is something in your area, go and support them. I think they say they're going to do panels and stuff too. So arm yourselves with knowledge and numbers, I think, is the big one. And
Absolutely. I mean, even if you can't go to
spread the
them,
word.
just share the information, whatever you can do.